the Resident Empowerment Program.
As a Resident Empowerment Program leader.
As rep leaders.
As rep leaders, our purpose is to empower
affordable housing residents
for the creation and retention of affordable housing
and supportive service.
And we do that every day.
We are mothers, we are fathers, neighbors,
leaders, caretakers, and so much more than residents. We each don many hats and adapt frequently.
We always represent, because we don't just advocate, we are the people who we advocate for.
And everybody else.
The interesting thing about starting rep from the ground level was that when we met, we were strangers, literally, but we were like-minded. And we had this thought, this radical thought that we could change the environment. When I received my apartment, I remembered those who were left behind. And there's so many of those whose voices, can't be heard because they're that obscure group of people nobody ever see except on an application, who are still unhoused, who are still looking for housing. And so that led me to be a rep.
Well, I know why I became a rep. My juice budget is a little bit ridiculous. A lot of it ridiculous. I just have to be honest. So when GPA was like, we're hiring for reps, I was like, oh, okay, well, juice right there. And then I also wanted to solidify my position within the community.
That was my main goal, was to get things moving in my community. Yes, I'm housed. I have Section 8, but then you have to think about the ones that aren't, and the ones that are living on sleeping in the cars, going from sofa to sofa with their kids in tow. It's not a healthy environment for them, especially for the kids, because that's something that's going to damage them for the rest of their life.
Being homeless and seeing how many people were homeless or in a shelter or not in a shelter, and seeing how it affects the kids, that fueled me to join the rep team. They have such passion. I wanted some of that too. I wanted to help however I can to go for affordable housing so that this doesn't happen to another person and this won't happen to the next generation. I want to see the change in my lifetime.
We're all these people that you see in everyday walk of life, and we live in affordable housing. And it's nothing like you think. And so when they see us and they listen to us and they hear our story, it would change minds. And when you change minds, you could change systems.
At first I would have been like, leader, who, what? No, you are not talking about me. No, not at all, not even a little bit. But I've realized that actually, yeah, I am a little bit of a leader, because I totally don't mind standing up and speaking out.
Housing doesn't solve all your problems, but housing is where you start to be able to tackle those problems and where you start getting better. Having a roof over your head is having your own roof over your head is where healing begins, I feel.
That's the scenario that we all hope for. Not just affordable housing, but home ownership, because that's the key. That's the missing piece. Because if there was a clear path to home ownership, then those who are living in affordable homes will then be living in a house of their own, which will create more affordable housing for those who are unhoused.
It's a blessing. Our teams, we enjoy being a rep. We do it to help the unfortunates. We do it because we enjoy doing it, and we want to see everybody housed.
That's really what this is all about. That's what rep sees in the future. That's what we're advocating for. That's what we're fighting for. That's what we get up believing every morning. And so it's easy to do that work when you think to yourself that that's going to be the end result. It's easy to get up and say, another meeting out of the 2,000 meetings that we've attended, and all the training and all the different things, speaking to this assembly member, speaking to this senator, speaking to whoever will listen, speaking for those thousands of people whose voices aren't being heard. and knowing that I'm gonna make a difference, that's what this is all about.